This is what Angelo Savage, man. It seems like undocumented immigrants can get homes, and it's been backed by FHA loan. Let's see. It's a little confusing. I want to see what's really going on right now, man.
The federal government is cracking down on taxpayer-funded mortgages for illegal immigrants that were allowed during the Biden administration through the Department of Urban and Housing Development. Joining us now to discuss this and more headlines on the Hill is Washington insider Armstrong Williams. Good morning to you, sir. Happy Monday.
Good morning.
Last week, HUD Secretary Scott Turner announced that the agency had terminated FHA mortgages for illegal immigrants, saying, quote, "At HUD, we only serve 1 out of 4 Americans that we should be serving, and that has to come to an end. And so we're not only making it a priority, but we are making that our only priority, that American citizens will benefit from hardworking American taxpayer dollars." Armstrong
Should have
HUD
been like that.
also
What the
says
hell?
it's really unclear just how many illegal immigrants as well as non-permanent residents obtain these FHA-backed loans. What do you make of this?
Just imagine coming to this country with nothing, and all of a sudden you're illegal, and you got your mortgages guaranteed, you got the down payment, you take the risk, and this nonsense that they're going to pay them back.
Yeah.
How are you going to pay someone back if you're not working? I mean,
Right.
come on. It should have ended long ago. But these are the kinds of things that the Biden and Harris administration did in the dark that's finally coming to light.
This is how you
And
start a
that is
recession
ending
with the housing
as it
market
should.
again.
And that is what HUD's doing right now. Anti-Israel.
Because I'll tell you like this. This is how you start like a market crash again, like they did before, when they was just giving out financial loans to anybody that said they made the money. Now you're giving stuff to illegal immigrants that say they have the money. But what happens when they get deported? I feel like legal status should be a question to ask, because based on the banks have to rely on you consistently bringing that money in. Yes, you've been here for 2 years. Yes, you had the same job for 2 years. You're making a certain amount of money. Yes, we can give you this loan. This is true. But based on your legal status, you can be taken out of this country at any moment, which leaves that loan vulnerable. But maybe, let's just say this. Maybe they wanted that to happen. Maybe they want to give loans to illegal immigrants, so then they default on their loan and they take the house back. Nice one. And not only that, they just sell it back for retail and get all their money back plus more. Or that person transfers into somebody else's name, maybe, but then they got to redo it into another loan because the bank gave a loan to this guy. This guy is being deported. The bank, you can't just transfer this house over to this guy until and take that loan over unless the bank clarifies that person too to verify. Now, I didn't know you can be a legal immigrant and come in. Like, imagine I come into your country, I broke in, then I brought property after staying here for like a couple years. Your government didn't figure it out. I paid taxes. There's a paper trail. I did it the right way. Years later, administration changes and they attacking everybody that ain't got papers. I happen to be the person that don't have papers, but I did finance this house on a 30-year. It's really the bank's fault. I'm gonna be honest. It's really the bank's fault. Banks should have known this whole time that you can't be giving money to people that don't have certified membership in the country, certified citizenship in the country. Why? Because this person, as a bank, you would think a bank would think about this, right? Maybe I shouldn't give money to someone that might not be here later unless I knew the plight, unless I knew the thing. Like he said, how is somebody going to pay a 30-year or 15-year or whatever year mortgage with no money? And it's not even that he don't have any money. He's not a citizen. He's not longer in the country. So this person just disappears. His credit's ruined, right? Because it's an American thing to even have credit. You get what I'm saying? So what happens? I didn't even know that we were giving FHA loans to illegal immigrants. Like, there's one thing to come in a country and you're an immigrant, but to be illegal and I'm not saying your visa expired. I meant like you were never legal. Like, you either came in here, say on it, I don't know, because I don't think people on student visas should buy homes. You could probably rent. See, that's the thing with the United States. I feel like the United States is for sale for anybody to come in and take. You know, a lot of our land is owned by the Chinese. Ain't that some shit? Imagine if the Chinese owned a whole state legally, though. They bought land. They did what they're supposed to do. We can't let that happen. I feel like buying property in the United States should be an American thing, or someone that does business in the United States. But you can't be illegal buying property in the United States. I didn't know that was a thing, because it's a liability thing. Like, as a bank, if I was the bank owner, I would say, damn, this is a liability. This guy doesn't have citizenship, which means he could possibly be deported at any time. It could be tomorrow after I give the loan out. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments section. I just feel like this isn't a way to go. The HUD should have been took this away a long time ago. There's no reason why we still got it. It's just bad precedent. It just seems like as if this will cause another market crash when it comes to the housing market. This will definitely cause a crash by giving illegal immigrants money because the government said you can. And of course they worked the loopholes, and they should, because it was there. But from further on, I wouldn't do it no more, because it's just a liability to the banks. Because who has to back those banks when those house market crash? You know the government gonna bail them out. So then it goes back on the government. So the government is originally ones that told them to do it in the Biden administration, to F over the banks. The banks get F over it and need a bailout by the same government, but it's now under a different administration. But then again, I will add that that administration also was the cause of that crash, because they pulled all the illegal immigrants out, but the legal immigrants shouldn't have been in there in the first place. So the first administration, Biden administration, should have known that this should have not been a thing. So now when the second president actually removed illegal people from the country, it kind of seems like we'll crash our own economy, because the people that came in illegal, you're removing them, but you have to remove them because they're illegal. And the person prior, not only did he get illegals to homes, he also let a bunch of illegals in. So now when one person comes in, Trump, and enforces everybody to leave, it could crash partial of the housing market, because there are a lot of good workers that has been here for, you know, Biden over 2, 3 years, 4 years, for real. So I feel like it's like a double entendre. It's like an infinity sign. It like loops back in circles, because if Biden didn't do this, which kind of set Trump up, but Biden set himself up to either win or lose. Either way, it's going to affect the economy. So when you think about it like this, well, you win or you're going to win or lose. Regardless, you got to make it happen. If we get rid of illegal immigrants, we're getting rid of a bunch of criminals, because you can't just say, oh, we're going to pick all the Trinidadians out. We got to get them all out. But they the same ones buying the property, which if we take them all away, they might crash, which might be a temporary crash, or you might get some real Americans in there that's going to actually come through and snatch it up, maybe. But is this a play on the government, or is this a play on the banks? Because the banks, they're not in the real estate business. They're in the selling business. They just want to sell it. They don't want to hold real estate. They're just the person that displays the money so you can get the real estate. They're not in the real estate business. They holding shit. So y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Is this a little too complex as a breakdown? Let me know, because I can break it down a little bit more simple for y'all. But in my brain, I feel like this makes sense. But this is common sense. I don't think that we should even be giving homes, at least legal homes, for the bank loan to illegal immigrants, because it's just a liability to the bank, and eventually the government's gonna have to bail the bank out if they have a housing crash. So to me, that makes sense. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section about this whole situation. Am I right? Am I wrong? What do you think? Is your family a part of this benefit or not? If so, I want a biased opinion. I want an unbiased opinion. Comment that down in the comment section. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to subscribe. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Peace.